All right, welcome to Vlog Thursday, somewhere between episode
50 and 70?
We don't know.
Let's
We
go
forgot
with
to look before we
Yeah.
started. We have a new cast member with us today. Well, Melissa's been around for a while. She's worked for us for a while. And also, someone had a really good point, Marvin, and I screwed this up, and you should have stopped me from screwing up.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So on my Sunday Morning Lunch Review podcast, we always intro us every time. That way, if you get a new subscriber, they don't have to try and figure out who the hell you are.
Right, yeah.
And someone says, hey, you had people on the other time. You don't introduce even yourselves. So if I start at episode between 50 and 70, I have no history with you guys.
That's
and
true.
I like to know your name. So I'm Tom Lawrence. This is Melissa. And this is Marvin.
I'm Marvin. Hi. We're not all Lawrences, but
No.
but
Yeah,
we are all school chums.
Yes.
If you want to know that,
Yeah.
we all grew up together.
All grew up
so-
together.
We
And
did.
which
Same
is,
neighborhood. Like you were on,
Yeah, the
you were a
same
couple
hood.
streets over,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Which is oddly, I mean, you came into my office. How long? You've been 10 years? You've been working?
It's
roughly.
I think it was like 2008.
Yeah, around
So
2000,
over-
10 years. Wow. So Melissa does all the web development for LTS Creative and does all the back end magic that Tom doesn't do. So if you wonder why the website's pretty, it's not because of me.
All her.
Yes.
Every bit her.
Yes, and so we've been working on it. So we're going to talk more today about LTS Creative. We actually have a lot of stuff we're going to talk about next week related to Lawrence Systems in general because we've been so busy. So we're actually going to catch up on all the projects next week that we're working on. One of them is redoing all of our workflows, redoing our invoicing system, and it's all open source. So I'm going to work with getting all, it's Invoice Ninja if you want to look it up. I have no secrets about what the software is, but I'm going to put a bunch of, try to work with the developers and maybe create some more documentation because we spent a lot of time learning the system. We imported over 6,000 clients into it now.
so slick,
We've put
though.
it to the test so far. So
It's
we
so
it's-
slick.
I'm
It's
very excited
such-
about this.
Yeah,
Streamline
our
all
old system
processes.
is
Oh
messed.
my gosh.
Melissa's excited
But
because
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
next week we're gonna have we're gonna do some sessions. I think on just Invoice Ninja.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some tutorial
Absolutely,
videos on
it
it.
is such a good product. But this week is all about LTS Creative.
Yes.
So Melissa, tell us all about LTS Creative. Tom and I are going to have coffee.
Hello.
Melissa's a
We
little
wrote-
nervous today, if you can't tell.
I'm a little camera
but,
shy.
And we
apologize.
roped her into this.
Yeah, we just kind of surprised. We're like, hey, come by for some meetings
Yeah,
tomorrow
we have
and come a little early.
meetings.
And she knows we
Early.
do the YouTube thing, and she just like, you guys do video,
I'm
I
just
do websites.
Not into the hot sauce. That's all. I'll talk about LTS Creative, but
Yeah, the hot sauce is a thing.
Yeah,
so.
that's why she doesn't actually have like an office here because you have to like the hot sauce to have an office
Yes.
here because you just never know when it's going to be in something.
I'm not going to be hazed with that.
And yeah,
No, thank you.
mostly Melissa works from home when she's not shuffling around children and all that.
Yeah.
She's working on websites.
Just got back from a trip to Mexico,
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, I returned.
which I saw some
yesterday.
pictures. Look gorgeous.
Yeah, we went to
So-
the Monarch Reserves. We went to
That
three
is
different
cool.
reserves in the mountains, and it was pretty interesting. We got to experience the country, rural life, and then the city life, which is Mexico City is amazing.
Did you bring back any tequila?
We have tequila chocolate. We have, and I should have brought that today. I'm
You
so
absolutely
sorry.
should have.
We would have done tequila in the morning for Vlog
Yeah.
Thursday for sure.
There is I tried mezcal for my first time, and that was pretty interesting. It's kind of like the grappa of tequila.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was very good.
Any
Hey,
ayahuasca?
cool.
Any ayahuasca?
I don't know about that. What is that?
It's a psychedelic.
Oh, no. Obviously not.
It's this drink that they make out of like a specific cactus down there that like they do it for like shamanic journeying or whatever.
Oh,
but like
okay.
you drink
I should have
it,
taken that
like it's
before I
supposed
ran
to
up
be
on
just like a crazy, like you drink it and then you get sick and then you just have like crazy visions and.
No, but
So-
I did order a dark beer there. And
I'm
apparently,
sure it's the same thing.
No, it's not. You know what they brought me? I said cerveza negra, and they bring me Dos Equis in a glass with Coca-Cola and a shot of whiskey. And apparently that's just a thing down there that I didn't even know about.
Wow.
So I was just expecting like Negro Modelo.
Yeah, right. But no,
And
they just
no, that
So
was-
everything comes with a shot of whiskey. Is that?
No, you order a dark. If you say cerveza negra, then you're getting beer with whiskey and Coca-Cola.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And and then the rim is salted with like this cayenne, sugar, and salt.
Wow.
And it's a thick, and I had to like literally scrape it off because it was way too much.
Before I travel there, I will make sure I'm saying that right because I want exactly that.
Crazy.
Yeah, right?
And I looked at it, I'm like, what did she just bring me? And then we tried to order chips, but we didn't realize we didn't know what the chips, translation was. And apparently it's topopos.
Okay.
And but that's American thing. They don't like have chips available there. They have to go and make them because
It's like how my friend, when he went to China, was so disappointed. He goes, Chinese food is not like rich, and it's like some rice with a little bit of stuff. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, it's not. He goes, I wanted saucy, sweet Chinese deep
no.
fried.
I ordered
chicken.
almond chicken at an authentic Chinese restaurant in San Francisco several years ago. Because I like almond chicken, right?
Yeah.
I got rice with chicken and almonds. I was like, this isn't this. I was like, almonds are supposed to be gravy, and this should be fried. And
Yeah.
And they don't really fry anything there.
Yeah.
It's from
We fry
what
everything here in
yeah.
America.
I think we ruin Mexican food.
I think we ruin all food.
Yeah,
Whatever country
yeah.
we get food from, we're like, just fry it. I know.
Did you have any like small injuries down there? So a friend of mine went to Mexico many years ago, and
kept bumping my head
she
on
like
things, I don't know
she
why.
was like scooting her chair in and like cut her finger, right? So they saw that, and these guys ran and they brought her 2 shots of tequila. One to dip her finger in, and one to shoot for like the inconvenience.
Yes.
But yeah, they just brought it and like sent him down, and she was like looking like, I don't
I'm
understand.
gonna
and
cut
like
my finger first
like-
thing in Mexico is
like-
that you get 2 free.
right, so he like grabbed her finger and put it in the 1 shot glass, and then like handed her the other one and was like, drink it. She's like, all right.
All right. Well, wait, this is our show title now: How to Get 2 Free Shots of Tequila in Mexico.
just cut your finger. Yeah. So that sounds awesome. But now you're back and ready to get to work.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I was
Good.
ready
Yes.
yesterday.
And Melissa's here today because there's a bunch of meetings, and so this is where we actually, when we're not filming, we actually turn this back into a meeting room.
Work does get done here on occasion.
Yes.
Work does get done. We have some more websites to sell, more meetings to meet with. We have a yacht club. So,
Oh.
yeah.
That's a
I'm telling-
surprise
She's
for
finding
you.
Can
out
we do
right now.
on-site meetings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just on the street. So,
Can we schedule this in June, July?
Yeah, why not,
we're-
right?
that's a project we're bidding right now. Well,
right.
I have, it's a mess, and we'll talk about that
Okay.
offline. And this is actually a challenge we face when doing websites. I told them, let's do a new website because there's this broken, it got hacked. Another guy was kind of sort of starting to do it. He's a friend contributing, and it's all a mess. They have some data from the old guy. Some data, they go, can you look at fixing it versus bidding it new? I said, bid it new. And they're like, well, we want to look at fixing it. I said, all right, you have to give me more time to examine
It's
the
like
mess.
finding a needle in a haystack when things go wrong with sites sometimes.
Well,
Even fixing it though, like it turns into just redoing the whole thing. I mean,
and I told them that already.
we have another.
it needs to be fixed for a reason. Either the plugins are outdated, or
Right.
the code's wrong, or they're not keeping it
Or
secure.
you just look at we're
tacked.
bidding a trucking company as well, one of our clients, and like they have an existing website. Yes, was done by a friend of a friend who has a company. It's not terrible, but for us to make it what they want, even though it's technically fixing the website, we're really going to be redoing
Yep.
it for the most part.
Now the good news is they have good verbiage, so the typing is good and all that. The content is there, so we copy paste it. The photos are generic stuff, so we're gonna actually put real photos in there and make that all pretty. So it's one of those aggravations when people hand you projects. Can't you just kind of use what I have and tweak it so it looks beautiful like the website I look over here? I'm like, no. There's a
No.
framework and underlying mess.
Audit the site. We want it to be good, a good representation of your company, and you do that through user experience. So we want to provide that to your clients.
And there's a lot of thought, and this is, well, not as much me, Melissa puts this in there, it's kind of flow of where the data is going. So when you put something here, so it brings your eyes to where they need to go next to trying to flow. So that, yeah. And people don't think enough about that. It's not just a website with a few pages and about us. There's kind of a presentation to it. And we've really brought that out, like the new Total Health Foods Downriver. I'll leave that link there so you don't have to Google it in the description. But they were a fun job to do,
Oh,
and
for
I
sure.
love their
I love,
website. It
working
really makes you want food, which is great. Actually, I look at their website and I go down the street and go get my lunch from them.
So great for them, terrible for my pants,
Yeah.
because I just have to keep buying bigger and bigger ones.
Yeah. They have so much good food there. And
Even though it's a health food store, if you eat a ton of it, you still,
Yeah.
And have we, and I haven't followed up with this, have we boosted the video we did for them yet? How many views did it get? It was about
the
8,000.
view just organically, it got over 8,000 views, I think.
Before we spent the first $1 with them. They're thrilled. So
Yeah,
8,000, and the bottom line with any of this, and I hate all the buzzwords that people throw in when it comes to all social media, is you want to know if the client converted or if there's results. Not just we do great social media, or whatever. We'll get all these views because the views are cool, but if no one bought your stuff, why'd you get them? They actually had people come in. That's the important part. They had people come in. They had people comment on the videos. Wow, I did not know this was here. Do you have this? And then they were responsive. Yes, we have the thing you're looking for, and I'm coming to your store. And these were people from other cities that just didn't know that this
That was
existed.
just from friends sharing it.
Sharing
It was
it.
already knew of Total Health and shared it. That's what I really like to see, and what really helps grow these things is people were just either commenting with like, "Hey, so and so," and tagging their friend. Did you know about this? Or, hey, this is perfect for you, or just sharing it out to their friends.
Yeah, people start tagging her. And I think part of it is, so the sisters that own the business and run it are well known and have a lot of friends, but they themselves don't really use Facebook.
Yeah.
They're just not their thing, and that's fine. So we actually were able to easily capitalize. People want to support them, but they don't know how. And it's not as easy to support them unless they have something shareable. So making a video interview that we did with them was the shareable component that people said, "Oh, we love Annette."
And there's quality behind it too
Yeah.
that makes people want to share it.
I mean,
you know?
yeah.
I
There's some
mean,
production value to it.
Exactly.
So you can't just put anything out there.
Right. I mean,
So that strategy is, and this is how we work with the clients to come up with a strategy that we know is easy for them. So they actually, other than spending the money with us for production, it's not had to cost them a lot in ad buy money because they just had to have something people share, and people, because they like them anyways, were easy to share it. If you're not likable, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money in ads.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you are likable, you can probably sneak by.
exactly.
Yeah,
With-
we've not
with less.
handed you that client.
Okay.
It's coming though.
We have one. They will remain unnamed, but my answer to him, he has a ton of bad Google reviews. And I know you had a guy like this too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
That's
same
nice.
scenario. And when he asked me, he goes, "What can I do about all these bad Google reviews?"
Change your business practices.
I said, "Quit being an asshole." I mean, like, seriously.
That'll resolve
I had
everything.
Yeah.
no other response for him. He laughed. He goes,
because-
"But I make a lot of money doing this." I'm like, "I'm sure you do.
Yeah, but-
It's unfortunate that you do."
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, what else do you think I do?" I said, I once drove through a picket line to go fix your computer. I said, I can't even say that about a single other client. There were people picketing in front of your building. And he just kind of chuckled.
Some people measure success in the number of protesters that picket their
Exactly.
business.
I don't
Any
know.
kind of publicity.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I wrong by supporting his business? And I don't support him like verbally. I just fix his computers and don't give him discounts. He
Right.
breaks stuff, we fix it. I know he makes poor choices. He hires some of the shoddy workers to do things that cause angry people because they paid him this to do the job. He finds the cheapest person for the job. They don't do it right, and then people get angry at him. And he screwed over
It's a common tale.
He screwed over a group of people, and that's what the protesters are about. Which kind of, oddly, the details of it weren't completely his fault because a natural disaster actually caused him to do it. But then when he wouldn't give them the refunds in a timely manner,
Oh my goodness.
and because of a natural disaster, he should have filed an insurance claim, but he didn't, and just said, "Screw them, not my fault. The natural disaster happened, and I won't give them their money back." But he can't service it either. But he actually did buy the thing. It was a mess. Either way. Those customers are a pain and they exist, and we try to avoid most of them. They're really hard to help.
Yeah, they are. It's like
We should
chasing.
add like a "you're a jerk" service fee to people.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Hey.
Like, we're gonna take your money, but we don't support what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've had someone approach me about doing some political stuff, and it's actually on both sides for the D and the R. We've got two things coming up, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, that's even weirder. These two people are in different categories and do not compete against each other. But it's really interesting. And one of them I'm more aligned with than the other, and I'm not going to get political on it. But what they're doing, the causes they run for. But I mean, that's also a weird thing. Do we support that? Do we do both sides? Do we list ourselves as that? So I've kind of thought about it because the political market has become lucrative over social media over the last few years. Senators realize they can't just not have websites, not have media presence. So we're wrestling with that because, for the most part, one of them that's real serious about it easily is alignable because they generally have a lot of good policies that I looked at. I'm like, wait, this is completely, they're community driven,
Right.
a lot of things that I make sense. We are supposed to get a meeting. I just see her husband emailed me and.
Well, I have some campaign experience now
Yeah.
under my belt, so.
Yeah,
see?
so this is for a state seat. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
See, I think if I don't see the issue with it. I mean, obviously, if we look at it and go, this is a person who we find completely despicable.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
line that can be drawn.
But you can
understand.
also go like the Moby route, where like, was it Cadillac? Like, Moby was like the musician. He's like, I don't want to take
Where are
money
you
or
going
whatever.
with this right
Yeah.
now?
I'm going to tell you. He, like, Cadillac said that we want to use one of your songs.
Oh,
I think it was Cadillac or whoever it was, and he was like, yeah, sure. He charged them an insane amount of money to use it, and then he took that money and donated it to, like, EP or environmental,
Yeah.
The EP.
whatever
Causes he believed in.
Right. So
That's
do
interesting.
we like kind of if we do find a despicable person, do we just charge them a ton of money?
Take the money
And then
donate it somewhere good.
and then donate to another
That's one way to
campaign
look
or
at
something.
it.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
Oh my god.
Right? Like, we just charge
the
that.
rules on
like
that?
You're a despicable politician. We're gonna take your money and then we're gonna use it to offset the cost of this guy who we think is good.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you should feel good about your job and your
Yeah.
work and what you're doing. So
Just saying, we do have moral ethics, and we have turned down some stuff that I'm just like, I won't work for some people. Yeah. And like the one that you had, was it about a year or two ago? The person just like, can't you just fake create me another Google location or something? They had like a
Yes.
whole list of
it
things,
was tiring.
and they had no interest in changing their business practices.
No,
None.
and that's what I was saying. I said this is going to continue to happen. It's going to be I'm going to be chasing this. Maybe not beating it, but these things are going to keep piling up on you unless you change your ways.
On a related note, we had another client who kept getting himself blacklisted on emails because he kept doing shady ways to collect email
Yes,
addresses.
learn
But
the hard
he has come around and now just says, "Fine, you guys are smart." And I just pay you to do it. So they came off with the less than ethical side is where they started.
But he learned through those experiences
Yes.
as well after being blacklisted from all these companies.
Yeah, after being unable to send out his newsletters.
Exactly.
And newsletters are a direct impact on his business, so being blacklisted was not good in
Exactly.
business for him. He's also the same person who's come around on the fact that he just tries to come up with ways to hire people behind their backs and stuff like that. Yeah, he's tried to hire my staff. I had actually got rid of staff before Melissa, and he hired them directly, and that turned into kind of a mess. They didn't do the job either. That's why I got rid of them as an employee. And then they didn't do the job for him, and then he called me. I gave so-and-so money, and they didn't do the job. I'm like, well, they don't work for you no more. I know, I hired them directly. I said, what do you want me to do about it? Yeah, he wanted me to go over her house and go get it. And I'm like, no, you didn't pay me. Do you want to pay me to go to her house and knock on her door? I mean, what do you want me to do about this?
He hired her.
Yeah, you hired her. She is
right.
your problem directly now. So
But that's when I came along.
that's when Melissa came along, and 10 years later, we still have Melissa.
Here we are.
Most of the people, Marvin's the only person. Marvin's the youngest time work here. I've known Marvin for a long time.
Yeah.
But, Steve's been here for 13 years, I think. We were looking it up. He's been here that long.
You're
Wow.
making me feel like a dinosaur.
Yeah, well, I've been here just over a year, so.
Yeah, but if you need anything related to design, check out LTS Creative. We definitely are pushing a lot with it. It's there's a lot of cool stuff you can get on there, and you don't have to be in here. Now, for us to do the filming work that we do, like we did for Total Health, we have to be close. But if you just need your website redone, definitely we can do that. If you're, especially we know we have a lot of IT people that do websites. We are an IT company, and if you're out of state, it's not like there's any conflict of interest. Matter of fact, we can do that. Side note, and I sent this to Marvin, I tried to send it to you. So I got an email from a guy from Kenya, and
That's right.
he had some computer questions, which I answered, and he had his website link in there. And I'm going to flat out call him out. He copied our website.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Different
me?
design completely.
But the
all
words.
the verbiage, copy, pasted, and changed name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ours has our technology history of the company. He reworded all of that to his
Aren't
Marvin's.
you flattered though? I mean,
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel as though it's a flattery
Yeah.
thing. They even say we focus on technology, so you can focus on your business. That's the
Really,
title
they
line.
took your tagline.
Yeah.
And I don't
Oh,
know
goodness.
that tagline. If you Google it, comes up in my website. Last I checked, because
Really?
I've had that tagline for a long
Trademark
time.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
Their location has a cooler name though. If you Google the address,
Excitement
What is it?
Hotel.
the exciting hotel.
That's actually the title.
That's
I'm
the
sure
name.
I'm sure it's an interpretation from Kenya.
Sure.
But
Okay.
it's titles because it's doing English
Oh, the
translation.
translation,
Right.
Yeah. It says the exciting hotel.
The
when
exciting
When
hotel.
I searched up,
interesting.
yeah, he gives like a vague address, but when I pull it, that's the only thing in the area. But it's truly Kenya. It's kind of cool because they have Google Maps, so you can see pictures of it and stuff. It's actually really neat.
Yeah.
So
And we're pretty sure it's right down the street from Obama's birthplace.
there's that.
If you fall into the birther
The
side
birther.
of things.
Yeah, whatever. That's over. There's plenty of other things to worry about now. We're over.
Remember when that was the least of our problems?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Weird.
Other than
Anyway.
something absurd on Twitter every 5
Anyway.
minutes. Before we get into that
Yeah,
rant, thanks
so-
for watching. Like and
Yeah.
subscribe. We got.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say or add, Melissa?
You should hire us.
You should hire us.
We are-
Keep Melissa busy.
We are the best. Yes.
We take a kind of a unique approach, though, right? Wouldn't you say? I mean, a lot of companies, they have a template that they're going to try to fit you into. Like they use this, they're like, we're going to fit you into this website template. We're going to make 5 Facebook posts every month. We're going to make 2 Twitter posts every week or whatever. And that's that's a generalized way you can do things. But we prefer, and the way we do things is we talk with you and we say, what is going to work for you during this period of time?
Right.
Right? Like maybe you don't need 5 Facebook posts a month this time. You need to focus on building your email list or something. So we're gonna
Assess your
design
needs.
right. We're gonna design a strategy for this time period that is gonna accomplish that goal. Next month it might be different. Next month maybe it does make sense to do the 5 Facebook posts and the 2 Twitter, whatever. But it may not be every time. So we're not going to lock in and say these are the things we're going to do every month or every so often, whatever our time period is that we agree with you. We're gonna design a strategy that works for you specifically.
With quality content.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you, there are options out there like Wix or Squarespace. If you have to choose between 2, Squarespace at least is a little bit more reputable. Wix is a disgusting company and pain to work with. But if you're looking for, I want to spend $29.95 a month and just have something auto magic that looks like everybody else's site because you don't care, that's fine. And that's not our market. If
Yeah.
you're looking for something like that, custom design work means custom design work, unique branding, and a lot of thought put into it. So I've directed people. People say, hey, can you do a website for a few $100? No. But you can go to Squarespace and just drag it on there. And
It's
they're
good
not
for
a-
like an online business card, I would say.
Yeah.
Nothing really interactive. If you need specialized forms and stuff like that, you're not going to
And
really get all of that.
And because the way they template per industry, if people are looking for competitors, I've seen this before. I'm like, hey, look, they clearly use the same template. These 2 companies.
Yeah.
And look, they're competing, and I'm supposed to choose one of them, and they use the same Squarespace template. I mean, they are pretty.
Right, but if you're not, I think what makes us unique too is that we have customized photography, which is huge.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to use the stock anymore because you see the same people,
You
the
see
same model.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly, right?
I laugh because everyone, I'm sorry IT people, but all of you, have you seen that one where they draw a cloud? It's like they're
Yeah,
Yes,
they draw the
everybody
cloud
uses
and-
the
everyone
drawing.
uses it and just sticks their logo in the middle of it. I'm sorry.
And they're
I'm
all
like,
looking like
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
We
look,
should create our own
yeah.
We totally should.
thought
Yeah.
bubble.
Yeah,
And
bubble.
video being, I know we said you kind of need to be close to us for us to do video for you, but video is huge.
Yeah.
HubSpot just did, they just got reports of a report that they commissioned late last year. And by something like 60% of people said they want to receive info from businesses via video.
Yeah.
That's how they want to get information. They want to just look at a couple-minute video to tell them what they need to know, or they want to search for how-tos and things like we do here all the time. That's how they want to get information is via a video. So that's just gonna get bigger.
And I think the video you did for Total Health Foods is a perfect example because, they are a huge store. They have a lot of things going on, and within how long is the video?
Oh, it's
60
2
minutes?
minutes.
2 minutes?
It's under 2 minutes.
You get a huge visual, and you're walking through the door, and this is what I'm going to see, and
And
the
if you're
food looks
someone
great.
selling that,
and
they have a nice story. You're kind of bringing the people in. Pictures worth 1,000 words, however you want to look at it. But if you're a restaurant or anything like that, you want to create that ambience of why I should be at your restaurant. And for clients working remotely with us, we can find someone in your area. If you're in Houston and we know a person in Houston that can do the video, they just need to shoot that. They get it to us, and we can finish all the design work and help put a plan together. So it's not impossible to find local contractors contractors to help create some of that either. So this is not just available to people in the Detroit
We have
area.
connections everywhere.
Yes.
We got connections. And we're hoping we have more hot sauce coming. So we did
Yay.
Scotty Hottie. We got Detroit Hellfire sending us some stuff. So we'll be
Get
doing
Melissa
some
in
videos.
here for those.
Yeah.
I can handle it. I just came from Mexico. So.
Yeah, see? So
She can do some of that. So, as always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out LTS Creative. I'll leave actually a link this time to LTS Creative so you guys can check out what we do. And if you know someone interested in getting a website built, contact us or any other social media marketing and all the other things related. All those fun things. Or if you need IT
Digital
services
marketing.
and all that. Yep. And then next week we're going to talk, well, in between I'll be doing some more, but we'll talk about the Invoice Ninja and what we did and how we imported it and the relationship we're going to build, I hope, with that company. I'm excited about all that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.